sickness is the fastest way for you to release small-mindedness. Your body naturally kills off older, useless cells. Dr. Jones knows that's called apoptosis. And every day, your body kills off about 1% of itself, which is 330 billion cells. It replaces it with 330 billion brand new cells. And you don't want your 330 billion new cells each day to inherit small-mindedness from your old cells. You want them to think better. Now, in my CrossFit gym, there was an 18-year-old named Aaron, and he got into Stanford to be on their football team. And he went there, and he came back a year later, and he looked like blonde Jesus. And I was like, oh, Aaron, what happened to you? And he wouldn't answer me. So I was just using my psychic power. What happened? And finally, I got it. The Bible says, as someone thinks within himself, so he is. So I said to him, you put yourself in a higher league, and then you believed that you belong there. And the trick is putting yourself there and believing you belong. So that's how you manifest something that you don't have and something that you're not into something that you got and something that you are. And blonde Jesus looked at me, he grinned, and his 30 trillion cells focused on what he wanted and believed that they were getting it. And that first semester at Stanford, before Aaron lost almost 50 pounds of fat and turned it into 50 pounds of muscle, his body swelled up and he looked and felt much, much worse before he looked and felt better. 330 billion of his small-minded cells died each day and were replaced by new cells who didn't even know what small-mindedness is. They hadn't even heard of small-mindedness because he wasn't thinking it, he wasn't feeling it, he wasn't doing it. Every day he was training his 330 billion new cells how to be the man he wanted to become. And that's all those new cells knew. They only knew his version of himself. They didn't know that old version of himself because they were just born that day. So when you are sick or severely struggling, it's a very sacred time. You're manifesting. You're giving birth to something new. And birth is messy. There's a lot of fluid. If you just honor this time and focus on yourself, don't focus on anyone else, you will put yourself in a higher league. Aaron wasn't focusing on all the other fat football players at Stanford. He was only focusing on himself. Sickness, injury, or deep struggle, it's a sacred time, and it forces you to focus on yourself. It forces you to release small-mindedness from the 30 trillion cells of your body. It forces you to kill off dead, useless cells that can't let go of their small-mindedness. It forces you to create new, younger cells that are willing to learn from the rest of your cells how to manifest what you want. Struggle is your gift. It's going to put you in a higher league and make you believe you belong there. The trick is your 30 trillion cells. Move your body, trust your body, use your body, use your body, use your body. Your body is programmed to get your abundance. There's this big chasm that exists between where you are now, where you want to be. Your body doesn't care. Your body says, okay, well, let's just go through the chasm. And you see all these obstacles, blocks, pain. You see your body sees the quickest, fastest, most direct way to manifest. If there happens to be some pain and suffering in the middle, your body's just going to do it in the fastest way possible, get through it. Your body just focuses on getting to the other side. Now we see pain. So we create this long, windy way to get around all those obstacles and that pain. The body just goes through the pain. It only sees what it wants. It does not see what it does not want. You see both. You see what you want over there, then you see what you don't want, which is getting in the way of what you want. And you create this loopy path around all these things. And to you and to me, we want to avoid discomfort and suffering at all costs. Your body isn't trying to avoid it. Your body's very realistic. If there's a chasm, your body's going to cross it. If there's sickness, suffering, discomfort, the body goes right through it. I repeat, your body doesn't avoid anything. We avoid working too hard, being embarrassed, failure, rejection, even abuse. The body doesn't. If it has to go through that, it just does it. Your body always takes the fastest route. We think to ourselves that we have a very slim chance of making it, so let's avoid anything that's too difficult. And do you see how we're always making that process really long? Your body assumes it's absolutely going to do whatever you intend. So when you want something, the body accepts that as a fact. And meanwhile, you're still thinking about it. You're making plan B, plan C, plan D, in case things don't work out, or maybe you want to wait for things to line up. And you're creating all this extra work for yourself just because you're leaving open that possibility that you're not going to get what you want. So you have to plan for failure. The body, biologically, by design, can only have one plan, which is to succeed. Your body doesn't even know that there are options. Your body can't split itself in half, and then one half of it follows a plan to fail, the other half follows a plan to succeed. The body will only follow your intention. I want, I get. If there's discomfort in the middle, fine, just get through it the fastest way we can, get it. So it's just a series of really simple facts to the body. The body has no problem with struggle. It just goes ahead, it recovers. You and I have a problem with struggling. The body just gets through it quickly, done. So we take the long route and we give up the possibility of manifesting now in order to do things we just don't like. When the body doesn't like something, it does not have a choice. It has to either digest what it just ate or process it in some way. The body's designed where it cannot avoid what it does not like. So the body just adapts, evolves, it becomes whatever it has to be in order to succeed. And you may not believe that you're going to make it, but your body disagrees with you every single day. And when you start following the 30 trillion cells of your body accepts as a fact that the plans God has for you are good and that you will prosper and that you can do all things with this divine spark of God inside each of the 30 trillion cells of your body who give you strength. And that through your struggle, your power's perfecting. And the power of this Christ consciousness rests within you. And that through all these things, the wanting, the struggling, the getting, that God is using all of that for your own good.